Hi, my name is Paula Mironquillo and I will uh, explaining the function of front of the analog camera. The front of the analog camera, the first is shutter speed indicator. Controls the amount of the light by the sensitivity of the sensor. The shutter speed controls the amount of light by the length of time. The aperture, the size of the length opening, controls the amount of light in sensitivity via a series of different size opening. This is the shutter speed indicator ISO selector. The second is film advance. Film advance is a mechanism of moving film from one spool to another incrementally one frame at the time. Advance may be a manual process and may be called winding, advance, wind on the various other terms, and may use, for example, lever, slider, or tumble. Hot shoe. A hot shoe is an electronic variant of connector that you generally find on the top of your camera. This slot contains electronic contacts that allow you to control certain compatible accessories such as flashes, some microphones, wireless triggers, viewfinders, and other gear. This is the shutter. Shutter in photography, device through which the lens aperture of a camera is open to admit light and thus expose the film or the electronic image sensor of a digital camera. Adjustable shutters control exposure time or the length of time during which light is admitted. Rewind lever. Rewind lever enables to expose film inside the camera to be moved back into its cartridge or canister before being taken out of processing. This is the f-stops. F-stops is the term used to denote aperture measurements of your camera. Focusing ring. This is a section of lens that rotates to allow the photographer to focus the image. This is the Let's going back to camera back. Camera back is a device that attached to the back of a camera in place of traditional negative film holder and contains an electronic image sensor. This lets cameras that were designed to use film take a digital photographs. An empty spool that picks up film in the camera after the film has been exposed to the light. This is a rewind button. Press to release the roll of film before rewinding the film back into the canister. The back of the digital camera. The hot shoe. A hot shoe is the electronic variant of connector that you generally find on top of your camera. This slot contains electronic contacts that allow you control certain compatible accessories such as flashes, some microphones, wireless triggers, viewfinders, and other gear. This is a mirror. A mirror reverses the direction of the image, isn't it equal yet opposite angle from which the shine light upon it. It allows the viewer to see themselves or objects behind them, or even objects that are at an angle from them but out of their field of view, such as around a corner. Self-timer thumb. A self-timer is a device on camera that gives a delay between pressing the shutter release and the shutter's firing. Remote control receiver. It is control device, also called the receiver, decodes the inferred pulse of light into binary code that is internal microprocessor understand once the signal decoded. The microprocessor execute the commands. The card cover is a hardware device that takes photographs and stores that image as a data on a memory card. This is the lens mount index. Index is a mark on the lens mount that help you to attach the lens securely to the camera body. The lens unlock button. This one. The camera strap round rings is a design for helping you attach a neck strap to your camera eyelet. The X-Sync socket. To connect a flash to your camera via the camera's sync terminal or socket, or the attach a flash receiver to your flash equipment and moonlight. AF coupler. Autofocus is the function of a camera to automatically focus on a subject. Lens information contacts. A camera lens, also known as photographic lens or photographic objective, is an optical lens or assembly of lenses used in conjunction with the camera body and mechanism to make image or of image, either on photographic film, or on other media capable of storing an image chemically or electronically. This is the tripod socket. Socket encloses the rotating ball and also contains the controls for the locking the ball. The socket has a slot slide allowed to camera to be rotate to be portrait orientation. This is the battery cover. Battery compartment is usually at the bottom of the side of the camera. Battery grip connector terminal cover. Battery grip is an accessory of an SLR, DSLR, and occasionally other cameras, which allows the camera to hold multiple batteries to extend the battery life of the camera.